Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. It's the London Monarchs taking on the Orlando Sentinels.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Orlando Sentinels and the London Monarchs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was
Just 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Got a man, it's Mims. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 16 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Goff. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And on now is the punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Parrish. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Gain of 11. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Parrish. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
12. First down, Sentinels.
Throwing on 1st down, Parrish. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Parrish. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Parrish. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. A give to Harris. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Open is Powell. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Harris. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Harris, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Goff. Able to connect with Mims. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's good for a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Off play action. Here's Goff. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Damian Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. 2nd effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Parrish. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And this one's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
It's now 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Over the middle here to Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed crossing route. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing again is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the red zone now, Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To the air again, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And that'll set him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Goff throwing again. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Monarchs 10. Sentinels nothing.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Parrish, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And an Orlando 1st down.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parrish throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Parrish under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Man open left side is Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a first down throw. Goff finding Harris over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Derek Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit... their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 2nd and 16. Goff. He's got this one completed to Mims. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Powell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Again, Goff. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
17. Sentinels nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
27-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He completes this one to Mack. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A final shot before break. Parrish. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Jared Goff with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And down at their own 29-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Mack. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The throw over the middle taken in. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Parrish. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A gain of 9 yards.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
They go right back to Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Off the play fake. Parrish. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the
to throw is Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Dean Lowry. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They run with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
The previous play is under review.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 8. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Parrish. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Sentinels.
They'll look to throw again. They'll run the screen with Mack. There they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parrish. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Parrish. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Parrish got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Parrish. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight, and he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well, but how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent, and of course the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy, everything working together really well, and right now he's the focal point of it.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
50-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Here's another carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll run again with Harris. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
The tackle made by Michael Pierce. That's a gain of 4.
Goff now looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at the
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Damian Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try now for Walsh. And the lead is now 24. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st down, Parrish. Caught out left side by Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Parrish. He dumps this off to Mack, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, Parrish gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 1 yard.
On 2nd down now. It's Mack, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. Operating from the gun. Parrish, he's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
26. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Harris. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Damian Harris with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Parrish. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Parrish. And the throw there going to be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
6-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.